This video is sponsored by Paparazzi. Make sure you check out the merch shop at shoppaparazzi.com where you'll find shirts, shoes, hoodies, mugs, and more. Now back to the video. Welcome back to my channel, Paparazzi. Today I'll be telling you about the 10 different buffs that are available in the game so far. Unfortunately, because I don't have any numbers to go off of, I can't tell you the exact benefit from each of these buffs. I can only tell you what they do and give you an example of how they work. So what I'll be doing is showing you what the buffs look like, what they do, and then I'll give you a demonstration of how they work compared to not having them at all. I'll be using the most extreme version of these buffs in these demonstrations. For example, a 2-star buff instead of a 0-star buff, just so you can see clearly the extent of these buffs. If you ever want to see your buffs and how long they last, all you have to do is open up your menu and look next to your dink, and you'll see the time that they have remaining and the strength of the buff. Buffs can be obtained through food that you can find in the cooking table, as well as bottled items, which I'll show you in a moment. But for starters, I would like to mention that if you look at the meat on the stick, you'll see that there's a heart with 35 and a lightning bolt with 15. The heart means health and a lightning bolt means stamina. Now this is not a buff. This is just healing 35 health and restoring 15 stamina, whereas Dagwood Dog has a heart with a plus sign and a lightning bolt with a plus sign. This will not only heal you for 15, but will increase your heart up to 15 and increase your stamina up to 25. So the heart and the lightning bolt that you see on Dagwood Dog, these are buffs. The heart and the lightning bolt that you see on the meat on the stick, these are not buffs. These are just heals and restoration. Now let's begin. Some of the bottled products in the game will also give you some buffs, such as the Jelly Brew, which gives you fishing buff and experience buff, and the Water Brew, which will give you a mining buff, a wood chopping buff, and a fishing buff, all for 10 minutes each. And the Bottle Brush, which will give you a regeneration buff that heals you over time, which I'll demonstrate right now. After taking enough damage, all you need to do is drink your brew and watch as your health slowly regenerates over time. For the mining, I'll demonstrate by using these opal rocks. This is without the mining buff, and this is with the mining buff. Next we have wood cutting. This is without the buff. And this is with the wood cutting buff. And that's hardwood logs. I'll be demonstrating the speed buff by running along this path, which is about 40 or so tiles. As you can see, there's not much of a difference. For the attack buff, I'll be showing you using a meat pie, which only has 1 star instead of 2, because I don't have enough to make a prime roast. I'm missing 1 potato, so we'll do the demonstration with this. That's without the buff. And this is with the 1-star attack buff. Much better with a 2-star, but like I said, I don't have a potato, so I can't make a prime roast. I don't want to wait for a whole in-game week just to make a potato. For this one, I'll be killing 3 birds with 1 stone. As you can see, my health and my stamina are at default, but with this sausage roll, it increases your health and your stamina max by 30. So I'll be eating that, and also will be giving me 5 minutes of shield. Now there is a 2-star shield that you can get from a prime roast, but like I mentioned before, I don't have 1 potato, therefore I can't make the prime roast, which gives you the best defense and attack buff. Before I begin, I will do this without any buffs at all, and I'll show you how many hits it takes to get taken out by a crocodile, or close to it. Alright, now we're gonna eat the sausage roll. 4 hits would probably kill me, will definitely kill me. Now we have the max health and max stamina increase. And if you press your pause, and if you go into your pause menu, you'll see that I also have a 1-star defense buff for 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and eat the prime croc meat just to heal up. And it also increases my stamina a little bit as well. Now we'll take a few more hits from this crocodile. As you can see, I'm way more tankier than before. I'm right about default health right now. As you can see, I'm able to take a lot of hits. I'll start by demonstrating how fast you can catch a fish without the fishing buff. And I'm going to use my technique of never missing a fish, and if you'd like to know how I do this, make sure you check out the link up above. Now eat the fish and chips for a maximum fishing buff. And as you can see, fishing with the fishing buff is way faster than fishing without. For the experience buff, I went and caught about 31 to 32 bugs with and without the buff. Now this buff is kind of hard to demonstrate because it requires you to save in order to see the experience that you gained, which makes it real difficult to do the same thing multiple times. For example, the experience that I got the first time was at a lower level, and the experience I got the second time was at a higher level, and when you're at a higher level, obviously the experience doesn't stretch as far. But I did my best to show you an idea of what the experience buff will do if you have it on. Much different without the experience buff than it is with the experience buff. With that being said, make sure you use your experience buff before doing anything that's difficult to level up, such as farming, which is something that a lot of people complain about. Leveling up takes forever. So if you want to get the advanced sprinklers, make sure that you use the experience buff before you water your plants, harvest your plants, or put the seeds down in the ground. And that's all I have for you today. Make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for all your support. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.